To Julie's Wreath Boutique. If this wreath looks familiar, well, it probably should, but it has not aired here on YouTube. This is a wreath that I made for the Crafters Summit that I did in January, and people got to watch this video then. But we are taking it and we're showing it to you now to show you how to make this amazing wreath. Now, here's the thing. I've already given this wreath away, and I'm going to mention this in the video that you can get on my email list. But guess what? We're going to give another wreath away. Not this one. We've already given it away. But let's learn how to make the China dish plate wreath. And guess what? I don't use real dishes. So let's get started. I bought this pack of plastic white plates from Marshall's Home Goods. It's the same store at our place. But you can use clear plates, you can use glass plates. It's just going to make your project really heavy. And you're going to take your favorite napkins and you're going to remove the 3-ply. Most napkins have 3 plies to them. So we're going to remove the extra ply because we only want one of the ply which has the print on it. So this is very important, okay? Now I have some Mod Podge that I'm going to just paint over the plastic plate. Again, you can do this on glass too. And it's pretty simple and straightforward. We're going to take our plastic napkin and ever so gently, I'm just kind of starting from the middle and working my way out to the outside of this plate. But this is a great way to do home decor if you love the look of beautiful plates, but you don't want to spend a lot on them. You could do this for your wall decor. So I will show you here in a few moments what I figured out would be really easy to do. And I use a little like stamper sponge, and it really made the process a little bit easier. So we're going to cut off the excess of the napkin because of course we don't need it all. And then I'm going to take my paintbrush, and since we have kind of a scalloped edge, we need to make sure that all that excess tissue paper or napkin is going to go over it. So once you get that all done, I'm just using my paintbrush to kind of fill in the gaps there, and then you're going to give it one more final coat of the Mod Podge. You don't have to let it all dry before doing this. And this is just me showing you the whole process again with a different napkin. And I'm using that little like stobber, or I don't know what you call those. That's a good question, Julie. But I had it laying around. I think I got them at Walmart. So I hope that helps. And this is a little bit slowed down version. But I love this project. You could do this to ornaments. That's what I did for my Christmas tree this year. But now we're going to talk about how we're going to make the wreath. So I have a glue mat that is really helpful to make sure that I don't get any glue on my working surface. It just comes right off. And we're going to use my glue pot there. It's a SureBonder glue pot, and I'll show you how I add more glue sticks here in a moment. But we're going to cut off the excess of any of the grapevine wreath, and then we're going to cut any of the greenery. We're going to make different little lengths of the picks. Now, for this project, I did this with mostly stuff I had on hand. I didn't have to go buy a bunch of more greenery. So if you're somebody who has a lot of greenery, you know what? Use what you have, because we're not going to fill this whole wreath. So we're going to just kind of variegate this around our wreath, and that is because I want to make sure that we have pretty much a pattern of the different greenery. I don't want to have one section, one greenery, and a different section, another greenery. So I like to variegate it. Now, one of the things that I'm showing you here is that I'm not focusing on the inside of the wreath, like the middle part, because that's where our plates are going. So if you've never used one of these glue pots, they're amazing. They're a must-have for crafting, and I would highly recommend it if you do any types of projects like I'm doing right now. So I found some little ferns, and here's my little tip for crafting, making any type of floral wreaths. I like to dissect my bushes, my wreath floral bushes, my greenery bushes. I like to take it down to different stems, and then I feel like I have a wider range of using the product. So here's some more greenery that I had. I think these probably came from Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And we're going to add a little bit more. So here's the tip for this particular wreath. Don't use all your greenery at once, because we're going to put the plates on these, and then we're going to add here and there. We're going to kind of fill in and make it look like it's this really full wreath, when in reality it's not. So this was the fun part for me. I like doing this type of wreath, and it's just a lot of fun. This is a wreath, grapevine wreath that I got from Hobby Lobby. This is a standard 18-inch wreath. You can get them at Walmart, Michael's, Joann's. Your local craft store has these wreath frames. So they're really kind of nice to have on hand when you're wanting to make something like this. So let's get those plates out. Now, it did take a while for these plates to dry, but we are now going to need to attach them to our wreath. So we're going to take a little bit of this Gorilla Glue that I had, and this is more of a step that if you lived in a really warm climate and you wanted this outside, you might want to use, but this isn't a must. Now, if you wanted to put this wreath outside, I would use the Mod Podge that is for the outdoors. And yes, you can purchase that at your local craft store or even Amazon. So I take my hot glue gun and I put a little bit of glue there, and then I like to use my scraps of felt that I have left over from different projects, and I use that to adhere the wire on the back of our frame. So let's take our first plate, and you can see my wreath is not full of greenery. It's kind of partially full because we don't need it to be full. So depending on how many different patterns that you're going to do for your wreath, I ended up using 7 plates. I ended up making 9, but I only needed 7. So it really depends, number 1, how big of a wreath frame you're using, and number 2, how big of your plates are. Now, I had purchased a bigger plate, but I didn't feel like it was really quite the right size. So you're going to twist the back of that, go through the grapevine wreath, and then I'm going to kind of put this one on the opposite side because I don't want the same patterns to be right next to each other, of course. And that is what I did to adhere it. And it's all, it all came together beautifully. Now, the inspiration picture I found for this, you would have paid about $200 for this wreath. I didn't want to pay $200 for that wreath. That's why I'm making it myself for a fraction of a cost. So I paid $5.99 for the grapevine wreath. I paid, I think, $3.99 or maybe $5.99 for the plates. I already had the napkins because of other projects. I already had the greenery. So for me, this is a project that was less than $20. So if you already have some greenery, you could even add flowers to this wreath. Make it what you want, okay? And this is my favorite napkin pattern. So I wanted this to kind of go over top of the other plate. So this is the pattern that I wanted to see the most of. But I think what's fun about this project is you could use any pattern you wanted. So if you love pinks, use pink plates. If you wanted to do a Christmas version, get a, one of those pine wreaths forms, and you could use that and add some berries and stuff and use Christmas plate inspired plates for that, but use your imagination. That's what I always like to tell people. I'm over on YouTube. I teach every Sunday night. I show you how to make different wreaths. But let me tell you one reason why you need to join my email list is because I'm going to give this wreath away to somebody on my email list. That's what I do. I make these wreaths and I give a lot of them away and send them to you. So if you want to get you want to get a chance to get one of these wreaths for free, and specifically this one, you need to join my email list, okay? So the info will be available for you to join there. But I'm going to say goodbye to this wreath. I'm going to let you guys have it because I think it's beautiful and I just want to share the joy. So another reason to get on my email list. So after we get all of these plates where we want it, I twist the backs of the wire and then I put it down back into the wreath. Now this is the opportunity, if you have any pieces of greenery kind of sticking out, you want to trim that too. So this is where I wanted you to keep some of that greenery available because now we're going to go fill in this wreath with that greenery. So it's pretty simple to do, but I want to ask you guys to do me a favor. Would you go to the Facebook group and post your ideas on what colors you would use for this wreath? how you would use it. Would it be a spring wreath? Would it be a summer wreath? I would love to know. And is this a wreath that you ever thought about doing? So I will get into the Facebook group and I will most definitely, I would love to start a conversation over there. But this was a really fun wreath to make. So remember not to forget about the inside of the wreath. So I really like to see a little bit of the greenery sticking out here and there. It was just a lot of fun to make. And you know what? Almost every wreath, not every wreath, but almost every wreath needs a bow. So let me show you how to make a bow really easy. Okay, so I'm going to use this blue ribbon that I have on hand. We're going to start with a good tail. That's the key here, because we can always make that smaller. Then you're going to measure 12 inches, and that will be your first loop. Here's the key to bow making. You have to be consistent on the sides of the loops. So I'm going to do another 12 inches, and I'm going to measure another 12 inches. And we're keep coming back to the center, and you can move your hand different ways to make sure that the right side is in the center. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to we're going to take like a zip tie, and we're just going to put a zip tie over the middle. This is the simplest way to make a bow. It doesn't have to be hard. So you could make a bow with any, bow lengths or the loop lengths, but I'm not going to tighten this just yet. I'm going to get one of my wires, and we're going to go underneath that zip tie so that we have a wire to connect this onto the wreath. Okay, so that is when I tighten the zip tie, and then we're going to just cut the length for the tail. And again, I like to leave it a little bit longer, but if you don't have that much ribbon, you don't have to do this. But I leave mine a little bit longer to get it to the length I want. So now we're going to do another tail. So I pinch my this is like 7/8 inch ribbon, and we're going to do 10-inch lengths now. And you come back to the middle. That is the key. And we did 2 loops on both sides and always come back to the middle. I really like ribbon that has wire in it. It keeps the structure of the bow better for you. And I just feel like all together it'll make a better look. So we're going to take that navy blue ribbon, that bow we just made, and we're going to put the lighter blue over top. And I'm going to grab another zip tie and go over top of that. And we're going to secure both of these bows to each other. All right. I'm going to show you how we're going to make it really nice here in a moment, but this is key. All right. It doesn't have to be hard to make a bow. And if you are bow challenged, be bow challenged no more, because I like to teach how to make bows. That's my thing. So now that we got that all taken care of, we need to fix the middle of this wreath. Okay. So I took another small piece of this blue velvet type of ribbon, and the back of my blue velvet is more of a satin. So I want to cut off the 2 edges of wire for this wreath, okay, or for this bow. And I do both sides, and then I fold it in on each other here. I wanted the satin to be the main point, just to add another piece of beauty to this bow. And then we go over top of where that zip tie is. All right, so this is where we're going to use the wires that we have already placed, to put our bow on our wreath. And we're going to use the wires to twist and make sure that that part of the ribbon is secured. And we're going to twist it a few times, make sure it's good and stable, right? And then you're just going to straighten out those little lengths of scraps, and I just simply cut them off. And now our bow is ready to be put on our wreath. It's that simple. All right, so now we're going to take those wires, we're going to go through our wreath here, and we are going to kind of make sure that this is more towards the top of the wreath. And if you notice, because we didn't have a plate in between these 2 plates, I left a little bit of a space so that we would have room for our beautiful bow. Now, if you don't want a bow, don't make a bow. It's up to you. But this is just a beautiful wreath. I enjoyed making this wreath. I did add a few pieces of this greenery at the very top here to kind of fill in, because I felt like I had a little bit of a space there. I didn't want that space. But as far as the ribbons go, I do trim these ribbons a little bit. You could dovetail them, But I decided that I thought, oh, this is just a little too long. Do what you want. If you wanted to curl these up, you could. But I just wanted to keep them very, very just kind of plain because we have so much going on with the plates that I just did some diagonal cuts, and then I take my fingers and I just run it through, and then at the very bottom that ribbon will kind of curl up for you. Hey there, so I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a fun wreath to make, and I hope that you make it as well. I would love to see your creations on social media, but listen, if you watch the whole video, leave me a blue heart in the comments, and I will see you next week on Julie's Wreath Boutique.